What's up, everyone? Chris from Pickdawgz.com here with your free Major League Baseball home run prop show for Monday, May 22nd, 2023. Now, just a reminder before we get into the home run prop action, if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to our channel and smash that like button. It helps us out a ton. Now, we'll take a look at the action that we do have going on in the home run prop market on Monday. But we'll take a look, and it wasn't the best day that we've had. We had a nice run over the last week and a half. Unfortunately, only had a couple of home run prop winners. Still made some money back though if you were on those two home runs. And we're going to try to get every single play right that we can. But again, these plays are very high risk, high reward. They're not meant to be plays that you dump your whole bankroll into. They're just plays that you have some coffee money or some pizza money on for some fun, some side action, and that should be treated as such. You can always parlay them. You can round robin them. I don't recommend parlaying every single play that I give out here. Like I said, you don't have to play every single one. But if you do a parlay and if it's within your means, I always tell everybody I recommend doing a round robin. That way, if you play three home run props and you round robin them by two, at least if you get one wrong, I mean, how many times have all of us been one leg away from hitting our parlay and one leg kind of does it in, and at least if you have the round robin going for you, you at least catch something for hitting 2 out of 3, or even if you parlay up the singles as well. But we will take a look at the props that we did hit on Sunday. And we did hit a couple of nice ones. We hit Christopher Morel at plus 540. Got one against the Phillies. He's been continuing the hot run that he has been on for sure. And the other one we caught was Jorge Soler in the later game against the San Francisco Giants at plus 330. So, like I said, if you parlayed those two up, you made a nice chunk of change. And if you played each one of them straight, well, you made plus 840 back on your bets on Sunday. But we will get into the home run prop action momentarily. I just want to remind everybody that, I love interacting with you guys in the comments section. Love seeing the home run props that you guys give out, because some of those have been absolute fire. Sometimes I pick and choose a couple from the comment section, put a couple bucks on them as well. And, we beat the books as a team, and that's been the goal. But I implore everyone, I love when you guys share your picks, but if you're going to do it, make sure that they are in there before the games actually start. If they're not in there before the games start, they don't really help anybody. And like I said, that's what we're trying to do, is beat the books as a team, as a unit. And none of this thank me later stuff, it's not a competition. It's one team, one goal, and that goal is to crush the books every single day. And like I said, let me know in the comment section. Do you like the angles that I took on some of these games? Do you not like them? If you have player props you're on, like I said, drop them in there before the games start. But we'll get into the home run prop action for Monday. We're going to start things off. We're actually going to go to the end of the card, because this was the game that really stood out for me the most. And I'm going to roll with a few player props from this Mariners-A's matchup. We're going to kick things off with Teoscar Hernandez at plus 320. He's got a 13.2% barrel rate this season. He has 4 home runs and a 256 batting average against left-handed pitching on the year. Now, Oakland starting Kyle Muller here, who has an 11.9% barrel rate on the year, an ERA over 10 on the road. He's also allowed a home run in 7 straight starts. I'm going to roll with Teoscar Hernandez at plus 320. Also going to stick with Jared Kelenic at plus 600. He's hitting 316 with a pair of home runs against lefties this season. He's got a 10% barrel rate at the plate. I think Kelenic's got a good shot to go yard as well here. So I'm going to look at Kelenic at plus 600. Also going to look at Julio Rodriguez at plus 500. He's got a pair of home runs against lefties on the year, an 11.6% barrel rate this season. So give me Julio Rodriguez at plus 500. I also give honorable mention to Cal Raleigh. He leads the Mariners in barrel rate, but he's only played 7 games against left-handed pitching this season, one of the lower totals on the Mariners. So, like I said, I would lean towards Raleigh if you want to sprinkle a couple bucks for, in the event that he does play. But, like I said, Cal Raleigh would be just a lean for me in that one. We're going to actually switch up to the other dugout here. I'm actually going to roll with a couple of Oakland A's as well for a couple of bucks here. I'm going to take a shot on Jordan Diaz at plus 1,000, our longest odds on the board on the day. But he's got 3 home runs against right-handed pitching in the month of May. I don't expect Luis Castillo to give a lot here, but he does have a 10.9% barrel rate allowed on the mound this season. He's also given up 6 home runs, and they've all come in his last 4 starts. So I think if an A's bat is going to get to Castillo, it could be Diaz for some nice value, or our other Oakland A that we're looking at here, J.J. Bleday at plus 600. And so Bleday, Another A. I'm not going to back A's many times on this home run prop show, but Blade has 3 home runs as well in the month of May against righties. I think he's another solid option at plus 600 as well. So give me JJ Blade for a homer. Again, honorable mention as well to Brent Rooker and Ryan Noda. They've got some strong barrel rates on the year, but neither is hitting right-handed pitching all that well lately. And I think you need to sort of be in form to really have me consider you against an ace-level pitcher like Luis Castillo. So just a lean towards Rooker and Noda there. We're going to go with a couple of Chicago White Sox here. I'm going to stick with a familiar face. Luis Robert Jr., Lou Bob, leading the White Sox in barrel rate. He has a league-high 7 home runs with a .333 batting average in May against righties. Now, Hunter Gaddis, he's got a tiny barrel rate this season in a 3-start sample size, but it's only a 3-start sample size, so I'm not buying in just yet. And in his lone start against the White Sox, Hunter Gaddis gave up 5 home runs. So I'm going to take a shot here with Luis Robert at plus 480. I think that's a great price on him. I'm also going to look at Jake Berger at plus 500. He's got 3 home runs and a .417 batting average in the month of May against right-handed pitching. I just like this matchup a lot here for Berger. So give me Jake Berger at plus 500. Also going to look at Gavin Sheets at plus 500. He's got 4 home runs against right-handed pitching in May. Has a home run off of Hunter Gaddis in his lone matchup against Gaddis. So give me Gavin Sheets at plus 500. Now, obviously, the purpose of these free home run prop shows are to put you guys on some winners. But for me, it's also about highlighting what the betting tools at Pickdawgz and Sports Chat Place can do. I use the graphics here are directly from the betting tools at Pickdawgz and Sports Chat Place, and they'll find you player props. They'll show you how often they hit, and they'll show you which sports books give you the best price. And why is that a big deal? Well, if you don't have an account with that sportsbook, you can sign up, get a sportsbook bonus, and you can get the best price as well to play that bonus on. But not only that, it's adding to the advantage that the books can't take away from you, the one big advantage, and that is your ability to shop lines and find the best possible price. Gives you another sportsbook in your back pocket, and that is the key advantage that you want to be able to use when you're trying to become a big sports bettor or sports gambler. That having that extra book in your back pocket is definitely a massive advantage. And I could go on and on talking about the betting tools and how fantastic they are. They've got streaks and trend, like hot and cold trends, a betting tool for that. They got parlay builders. They've got profitable teams and angles. But I think the best way for me to for you to really find out how great those betting tools are, head over to pickdawgz.com, sportschatplace.com, play around with them. I can promise you're not going to find betting tools like that anywhere, and they're going to make you a ton of money along the way. But we'll get back into the home run prop action for Monday. And we're going to go back to the Texas Rangers, a team that we've come to know and love on the home run prop show in recent weeks. And we're going to go back to Adolis Garcia at plus 500. He's got 5 home runs against right-handed pitching in May, a 16% barrel rate. Now, Luis Ortiz getting the start for the Pittsburgh Pirates here, a below-average 8.9% barrel rate on the mound. He's been tough to back this season, so I think Garcia could go yard here at plus 500. Also going to go with Ezekiel Duran at plus 750. I've caught Duran a couple of times during this nice run that he's been on. He's facing a mediocre righty in Ortiz, and it's his birthday. So if you're a believer in guys playing well on their birthday, at a decent value here, I think it is definitely worth a look to back Ezekiel Duran at plus 750. And we're also going to roll with Corey Seager at plus 500. He's got a 20.5% barrel rate in his short sample size this season, but he's homered in back-to-back games. He's been on an absolute tear since coming back from injury. 7 hits in the weekend series against Colorado. Really starting to pick it up. It looked like he really never skipped a beat. So I'm going to roll with Corey Seager here at plus 500. Also going to go to this matchup between the Cardinals and the Reds. And I'm going to go with a few familiar names on the home run prop show. I know some people say, well, the names are still the same. Yeah, but you know what? If they hit, I'm going to keep rolling with them. And sometimes you got to go with the most likely options in a certain game when when we see them on the board and they get a favorable matchup. I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth just because we went with them yesterday. So I'm going to roll with Nolan Gorman here at plus 425. He's hitting 429 with a pair of home runs against left-handed pitching in May. Leads the Cardinals in barrel rate at 17%. Brandon Williamson had a nice Major League Baseball debut, but I expect the Cardinals to give him a not so warm welcome here. So I'm going to roll with Nolan Gorman at plus 425. Also going to go with Nolan Arenado at plus plus 255. It's not the greatest price for Arenado that we've seen, but I think the books are trying to tell us something. They're trying to protect themselves here. He's got 3 home runs with a 353 batting average against lefties in May. He's starting to cool down a little bit, but, against left-handed pitching with this price, I think, normally I don't say, let's give a strong look to plus 255, but again, I'm not going to turn down a nice amount of plus money, even if it's only plus 255. So give me Nolan Arenado at plus 255. And I'm also going to take Paul Goldschmidt at plus 300. I'm almost ready to put Goldie on the shelf for a little bit, but he's still hitting 360 with a homer against lefties in May. Has a 14.8% barrel rate on the year. I think you add in this game being in Cincinnati at Great American. I think it adds the value for the home run prop here. So I'm going to take Paul Goldschmidt at plus 300. Also going to look at a couple of plays from this Phillies Diamondbacks matchup. Going to take Christian Walker at plus 650. He's hitting 546 in his career against starting pitcher Zach Wheeler. With a home run, he's got 3 home runs in May against right-handed pitching. So Christian Walker, my lone standalone play from the Diamondbacks. But I'm also going to look at Alec Boehm for the Phillies here at plus 480. He's hitting 333 in May against left-handed pitching with a pair of home runs. I'm not the biggest Tommy Henry fan. I thought he's been a weak link of the rotation for the Diamondbacks. He's given up a 9% barrel rate this season. But more importantly for Alec Boehm, in his last 10 at-bats against a left-handed pitcher, he's got 100% contact rate, 60% fly ball percentage, 4 exit velocities over 100 miles per hour with a pair of home runs. So I think Alec Boehm definitely could provide some value here at plus 480. I'm also going to look at Bryson Stott to hit a home run for the Phillies at plus 850. I think this is supreme value here, hitting 313 against lefties in the month of May with a home run. To be honest, I like what I'm seeing from Bryson Stott as of late. He went yard on Sunday. I think he could go back-to-back here. So you can take Bryson Stott at plus 850. Now, before we get into our last set of games, last set of home run props for Monday's action, sort of remind everybody, a term you hear me mention a lot is barrel rate. I think if you're looking at any sort of analytics for betting home run props, barrel rate is one of the most important that you have to look at. Here we mentioned exit velocity. Exit velocity and launch angle are the 2 key components of a barrel or a barrel rate. And like I said, it's sort of that perfect combination of exit velocity and launch angle off the bat to where the deeper you go into that barrel zone, the more likely it is you're going to have a well-hit ball into the outfield and subsequently a home run. And why is barrel rate important? Well, you go back to 2022, 45% of balls that were classified as barrels went for home runs, and that was the lowest percentage of barrels to home runs we had seen in a decade. And normally we're talking about 50 to 60% of barrels going out of the park for home runs. And if you're going to give me a 50 to 60% probability edge on a plus money play that's at minimum plus 200 to plus 250 all the way up to plus 1,000, I'm going to take that any day of the week. So I'm going to just keep going on and on about how important I feel that barrel rate is when you're looking at betting home run props. And that goes both ways, just for batters and how many barrels they're putting in play, and for pitchers, how many barrels they're giving up compared to the amount of batted balls they're putting in play. But anyways, we'll go back to the home run prop action for our last few player props of the day. We're going to go with a stack of the Braves here. Go with a couple Braves. Ronald Acuna Jr. at plus 360. He's hitting 375 with 4 home runs in the last week, hitting 327 with 4 homers against right-handed pitching in May. I didn't love what I saw from Gavin Stone in his debut for the Dodgers. I think Acuna Jr. could be primed to give Stone a not-so-warm welcome here again with a blast. So give me Ronald Acuna Jr. at plus 360. Also going to look at Matt Olson of the Braves at plus 285. He still leads the Braves in barrel rate at 21.9%. Has a pair of home runs with a 400 batting average against righties in the last week. Matt Olson, we're starting to see pick it up again as of late. So give me Matt Olson at plus 285. Also going to roll with the Dodgers here. I'm going to roll with Freddie Freeman at plus 450. He's got a pair of home runs in his career against Charlie Morton, as well as a 12.2% barrel rate at the dish. Now, Morton has been much better at home, but the only reason I'm going with the Dodger in Freeman here is because I like the history of the matchup with Freeman against his former teammate. So give me Freddie Freeman at plus 450. And our last graphic of the day, I do have one more bonus home run prop if you can find it. But the last graphic of the day I got is for Riley Green at plus 550. Not often I'm going to take a Detroit Tiger either, despite them playing some solid baseball out of the gate. And I don't know how many Tigers have actually had on the home run prop show, but Green, he's getting a good look here. He's hitting 432 against right-handed pitching since May 1st with a pair of home runs. Brady Singer starting for the Royals today, giving up an 11.6% barrel rate this season. And while the home runs have slowed down in the last month against Singer, I think it only takes one, and I think Green's got the best shot here. So give me Riley Green at plus 550. Now, the last one I did like was Brenton Doyle of the Rockies. I couldn't find a price on him. He's hitting 345 with 4 home runs in May against right-handed pitching. Edward Cabrera, a pitcher that I like for the Miami Marlins, but he's had some issues, especially on the road, where his ERA is more than double his ERA at home, and the added factor of Coors Field likely won't help. Doyle got a solid 17.9% barrel rate in his small sample size so far this season, and Edward Cabrera allowing a 9.3% barrel rate on the mound this year. So I would take Brenton Doyle if you can find a price on him for the Colorado Rockies. But we'll do a recap of the plays that we did have on the board on Monday. Started things off with Teoscar Hernandez and the Mariners at plus 320. Also went with Jared Kelenic of the Mariners at plus 600. Staying with the Mariners, we got Julio Rodriguez at plus 500. Again, honorable mention to Cal Raleigh for the Mariners as well. Switch up to the Oakland A's, got Jordan Diaz at plus 1,000. J.J. Bleday at plus 600. Again, honorable mention as well to Brent Rooker and Ryan Noda for a lean as well for the A's. Got Luis Robert at plus 480. Got Jake Berger at plus 500. Gavin Sheets at plus 500 for the White Sox as well. Now we switch up to the Texas Rangers. We got Adolis Garcia at plus 500. Ezekiel Duran, the birthday boy, at plus 750 for the Rangers. And also for the Rangers, Corey Seager at plus 500. Head to the St. Louis Cardinals, where we've got Nolan Gorman at plus 425. Nolan Arenado at plus 255. Like I said, that price to me seems very telling, almost like the books are trying to protect themselves at that point. Also got Paul Goldschmidt at plus 300 for the Cardinals. And then for the Diamondbacks, we got Christian Walker at plus 650. Switch dugouts, we're going to take Alec Boehm, who's been crushing lefties, at plus 480. Bryson Stott at plus 850 for the Phillies as well. And our last few games had Ronald Acuna Jr. at plus 360 for a home run. Also for the Braves, Matt Olson at plus 285. Freddie Freeman of the Dodgers at plus 450. And Riley Green of the Tigers at plus 550. And again, if you can find a price on the Rockies, Brenton Doyle, I like him for a home run as well on Monday. But there you have it, everyone. That was your free home run prop show for Monday. Just want to thank everybody for tuning in. Appreciate each and every one of you for sticking with me for this long. If you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to our channel. And just remember to hit that thumbs up. It really helps us out. We're almost at 130,000 subscribers. Wouldn't be able to do it without your guys' love and support. If you're looking for my best bets, the games that I am the most confident in, you can head over to pickdawgz.com. Click the Premium Picks tab at the top of the page, and we'll get you sorted there. And I also implore everybody, please check out these betting tools at Pickdawgz, the sports chat place. You're not going to find betting tools like this for free anywhere else out there. And we're giving it to you free. You're going to make a ton of money with these home run props. They do the heavy lifting for you. I promise. It's a tool that you want to make sure that you have on your belt. It's something that it's just such a valuable tool when you're sports betting every single day. So make sure that you check out those betting tools. And if you haven't already, make sure you have notifications turned on so you can be the first to be in the know when the newest content drops here at Pickdawgz. Sometimes the videos get out a little bit later as we're trying to find prices, find the most up-to-date information for you. But if you have those notifications turned on, you get the content as soon as it drops, and we can get you those bets in as soon as the information comes out. But thanks for watching. Appreciate each and every one of you. Let's crush the books. Let's start the week strong on Monday.